Hello, boss. Good tough, has it?
Depressing, really. I thought I'd nip out and do a bit of tempting, keep my hands in.
You couldn't hook one.
Well, one, I hooked dozens.
Isn't that good?
Well, I suppose so, but it's not like the old days. In the old days, tempting was an art form. You had to use cunning, guile, deception. Nowadays, you have to point them at a label saying interest-free credit, and you're halfway there.
Buy now, pay later. That was one cherub of an idea.
I know, but now I'm a victim of my own success. It's all too easy. I remember the first job I did. It was a classic. It had style.
It had fruit.
Exactly. Who else but me could turn a minor act of scrumping into the fall of mankind? Left to herself, the woman would have settled for a couple of plums and a kiwi fruit. I had to use finesse. It was a challenge.
The old snake and apple routine. We still study that in school.
The apple was symbolic of the knowledge of good and evil, you see. When she took the golden delicious, it was a metaphor for her disobedience. It was all very clever.
Well, nowadays you just have to say it's part of a calorie-controlled diet.
Ah, yes. Though I say so myself, that was brilliant. Imagine us being able to turn something as natural and wholesome as food into a major source of neurosis.
You would have thought that people would have got wise to us by now.
They'll never learn.
Well, not now that you've made truanting from school so tempting.
Let's face it, I am the master, the undisputed champion of the world.
Well, not quite undisputed.
And what exactly do you mean by that?
Nothing?
No, you can speak freely. Who do you think disputes my mastery of the world?
You know.
No?
Whose name we're not allowed to mention.
And who is that?
I can't say.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
You can.
Can't.
You must.
Oh.
Who disputes my mastership, my lordship, my sovereignty?
Jesus!
I told you never to speak that name!
What you said?
No, I won't.
Promise?
I promise. Come here.
We're looking for you.
You said you wouldn't hit me!
I lied. I'm famous for it.
Well, Mary,
It's not my fault.
come on. It's not my fault you couldn't tempt him.
Tempt who?
Jesus!
You complete an utter angel. You have to keep bringing it up, don't you?
Sorry!
He cheated.
Who did?
He whose name we do not utter.
Oh. Ow! I didn't even say it!
You thought it.
I thought he went out into the desert to fast for 40 days so you could tempt him.
Exactly. He caught me off guard.
40 days wasn't enough notice.
Well, after 40 days, I realised he'd be feckish. All I wanted him to do was make a sandwich.
You told him to turn the rocks into bread.
A mere conjuring trick for him. He did them all the time. Water into wine, feeding 5,000 of the little kids packed lunch, healing the sick, raising the dead. Yeah.
So, why wouldn't he do it? He must have been starving.
He said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God."
Oh. So what did you do next?
I appealed to his vanity. I took him right to the top of the temple.
You thought the breeze would cool him down, did you?
I was doing him a favour.
You told him to jump!
Oh, come on. We both know his daddy would have sent a flight of angels to catch him. Think of the entrance he would have made. It would have been the making of the lad. People would still be talking about him now.
They are still talking about him.
Who?
Jesus.
I offered him the world if he would but bow down and worship me.
And Did
He
he?
told me to shove off.
Really?
Well, his actual words were, "Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve." But I knew what he meant.
Perhaps he just knew that the world wasn't yours to give.
A minor technicality.
Face it, you went head to head with the Son of God and lost.
Oh dear.
Maybe your best shot, and you blew it.
Just went up to the ticket.
You cheeky little seraphim, I'll have you know I'm still the #1 cause of misery and mayhem.
Hey, no, come off it. No one takes you seriously anymore.
Exactly. And now, every time someone gives in to temptation, they think, it doesn't matter, I'm only human. They don't seem to realise that the very point of being human is the ability to resist temptation, to think for themselves.
Well, it's a good thing for us that they don't think for themselves. It would make our job a lot harder.
True. But it would be nice if they put up a bit of a struggle. It makes it so much more satisfying when they fail. Okay, what's next on the agenda?
We've got a meeting with death, war, famine, and disease. They're complaining about the stabling facilities we're providing. Then you've got to find some work for idle hands.
No rest for the wicked, eh?
Well,